Good morning everyone. Today's video is going to focus on looking inside our businesses to see if there's something we can do differently to help us get through the next phase of the economic downturn resulting from the coronavirus. I know I've spoken about this in previous videos and I'll speak about it again because it's really important to acknowledge that we're not going to be able to do business the same way as what we did it in the past. So today to relay that message, I want to go through three examples or three recent activities that businesses have done, which can just demonstrate how different we need to think to continue operating over the next few days, weeks and months. So the first example I want to go through is Virgin Airlines. People in Australia might have already read, they might have heard on the news or whatever, that Virgin has sent back a flight from Hong Kong back to Australia with no passengers on board and chock-a-block full of hand sanitizer. So 700,000 bottles of hand sanitizer on board. Apparently it was all in the cargo hold, it was in the aisles, and they basically filled the plane up with hand sanitizer. There's two angles to this. One is Australia, for some reason, has a shortage of hand sanitizer. I don't know why that is, but I'll go through that in a moment. The other thing is that Virgin's got to do something. They can't just sit on their hands and do nothing. They're going to the government to seek assistance, financial assistance, because their business has been so damaged. But credit to Virgin, they haven't just sat still and decided to do nothing. This shipment of hand sanitizer will be extremely lucrative for them, and it's a good way for them to generate some extra income and cash flow while their occupancy rates of seats are well down. I want to talk about hand sanitizer just for a moment. The shortage in Australia is very, very interesting. All around the world, there's a shortage of medical PPE and hand sanitizer, but in Australia, it seems to be more extreme, and I don't understand why. We've got a client over here in Vietnam that produces high quality, the highest quality of hand sanitizer, suitable for all purposes, hospitals, general public, etc. And they've been exporting to all around the world, and it's readily available. It's very, very cheap compared to the wholesale and retail prices in Australia. And this client of ours is very happy to export it to Australia as well. If there's entrepreneurs or chemists or supermarkets or hospitals in Australia that need this product, we can get it there very, very quickly and very cheaply, much cheaper than what the current wholesale price is. So if anyone's aware of anyone who needs the hand sanitizer and is in a position or in a position where they can have influence over those decisions, we can get the hand sanitizer over to Australia. I don't understand why there's a shortage, but good on Virgin for doing it. That's something completely different to what they've done in the past. So that's just one example. Another example is from my hometown in Portland, Victoria, in Australia, and this is from a business that's thought outside the square a little bit. They're a sign writing business, and what I've noticed is that quite a few clients of ours have engaged that sign writer. I think it was their idea to come up with a standard sticker to put on shop windows. It's a big green sticker, and it basically says "We are open," and then in the smaller print it says "For online orders and deliveries" and things like that. But that's a really smart thing to do. I know the owner of that business. I won't mention them here, but it's a really smart thing to do because now people, when they drive down the main street and drive through the shopping precinct, anyone with that big sticker on there, anyone who sees that big sticker is well aware of what it says because it's on multiple shop windows now, and it's a really standard sticker, and it's great for branding, and I think it's a really impressive initiative, and it shows everyone who's driving past that yes, that shop's front door might be closed, but they are still open for business, and you can still contact them on their number or their website or order online. I think that's a really, really cool initiative. So well done for that. That's something that just required a little bit of thinking outside the box, and it's something that I'm sure is very much appreciated by business owners in the local community there. The third example is an NGO over here in Vietnam. So over here in Vietnam, a lot of the poor people and the disabled, we don't have social security over here, but we have a few different mechanisms to help them earn money. One of them is lottery tickets. So a lot of our elderly, poor and disabled walk around the streets in the blaring sun over here in the heat and sell lottery tickets, and they get a small commission for each ticket they sell. The government over here has now banned that activity, so a lot of the poor people have no means to income or vital or essential foods. And an NGO over here, or a charitable group, has come up with the idea of having a rice ATM. So the plans are to roll those out across the city, and the rice ATM is basically an ATM that's full of rice, or a vending machine that's full of rice, that's free to the poor. So the immediate thought is that could be open for abuse, anyone can go and get it, but they've got a great system in place under surveillance camera, and they've got social distancing measures put in place where people line up and they can get their kilogram of rice for free. I think a kilogram or 2 kilograms might be the maximum, and they can go back daily and do that. What they're now finding is that's something they've never done before, but it's getting to the poor where they need it and exactly when they need it. And what they're finding now is that other people that have the ability to purchase rice, there was a Russian person who's in Muine, and they've donated 300 kilograms of rice to the initiative. So it's basically changed the way that NGO has thought about their business model and getting help to people who actually need the help right now, because their main source of income, as small as it might be, their main source of income has dried up. So there's 3 examples of different ideas that businesses have come up with that has been something different to what they've done in the past, but they're still able to produce or supply or transact as a result of those new initiatives. So well done to those businesses. And I also want to say that with our clients, we've contacted most of our clients, and we've been able to identify multiple areas where clients can change things to keep things ticking over and keep revenue coming in. So I don't think any business is immune to this thought. I don't think any industry is immune to this thought. It's just one of those things that we need to think about. And if you need help doing that, we are more than happy to take a phone call from you. We're not going to charge you for a phone call for a few minutes, and just try and come up with some different ideas. And I guess I'm going to leave you with one of my all-time favourite quotes, and that's by Voltaire. And that quote is, "No problem can stand the assault of sustained thinking." So if you think that there's nothing in your business that you can do differently to keep afloat, maybe that's just that issue just requires a little bit more sustained thinking. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back soon.